State Cyclones. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Kansas State ready to kick it off to get things underway. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. The Cyclones offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. The last time these two rivals got together, guys, there were hurt feelings and some dead fish handshakes in the aftermath, and this might be just the recipe to cook up some revenge, Jesse.
Well, they're going to be motivated, that's for sure. The losing team, they have been hearing about that blowout loss now for a very long time. They had this game circled, David, all offseason, hoping to get that payback.
Oh, man, and you get all the quotes, all the people talking about all those...
And the sack all the way back at the 5.
Well, it wasn't great field position to start with, and it's getting worse now. The defense gets a sack. They're getting aggressive up the field. They get to the QB, and they're sending a message.
And the Cyclones with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Caught over the middle, it's Townsend. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Grabbed behind the line, it's Lee. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The Cyclones will punt it away on fourth down. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Makes the catch at the midfield logo. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. So the Kansas State Wildcats offense will have its first possession of the game. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
It's such a good sign for your offense when your quarterback is this dialed in early in the game, right? On the RPO, wanted to throw it, nobody open, so he takes off running it himself and gets a big gainer. If I'm the coordinator and play caller, I'm finding more ways to get this guy running the football and keep this defense on their heels.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Kansas State pushing the pace. On the option. He'll pitch it. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Dropping back, it's Dyer. And while the pass is incomplete, the flag is down. I think that was a free play for this offense. Defense was in the neutral zone.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
The Wildcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the toss. Touchdown, Wildcats! Excellent pass by the back on the option. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Iowa State sending the offense back out. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Under fire. Got his man out of the backfield. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. And the Cyclones now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wide receiver going in motion. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. From the gun on 3rd down. Under fire. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. The Cyclones decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Looks it in at the 40. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. That's caught. It's Oakland. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Looking to pass. It's Dyer. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
Well, the offense is getting aggressive, and they're trying to take a shot on that play. Just an awesome job in coverage at the back end defensively.
Now on the option. Now the toss. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Kansas State. Great job by the back on the option.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off the play fake on 1st down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And that's what I like most about this defense. When you try to take shots and make big plays, they get to the quarterback. They get him on the ground. Their 3rd sack of the day. And this is a unit that ranks in the top 10 in sacks in the country.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. That carry puts him over 2,500 yards for his career.
And it's been really fun to watch this guy's development in college football. He's gotten bigger, strong.
He's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Cyclones line up to punt it away. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. from midfield, looking for room. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of gains all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep moving the sticks. You're going to keep driving this defense back, so keep at it with the RPO game.
Back to pass, it's Dyer. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Wildcats! They wanted it all, and that is exactly what they got.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Immediately fires to the middle. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. That's the end of the period, and Kansas State is on top. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Tight end now in motion. From the gun, running back gets to give. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play. The Cyclones want to crank the tempo.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He stopped immediately. And the Cyclones trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Pocket breaking down. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
And that's a really good decision by the quarterback. Don't take the sack, throw the ball away. Now, listen, we could debate whether that was intentional grounding or not because he's still in the pocket. I'm not sure that that's not classified as grounding, but they didn't call it. So, you know what? Nice throwaway, QB.
They make the tackle at the 36. Let's see if they bring out the punt team. The Cyclones will punt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. On the option. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time, and they're able to make a quick stop.
They'll run the option. Give to the running back. Got enough for the first down. Breaks into the open. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
And what a great decision by the quarterback. Like it's such a timing and an art when you run this option. Like you want to get those guys to collapse on you like he does and get that pitch man open. And then you see now he has space to run down the field and make the big play.
Going with the ground game left. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for a man. It's Dyer. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of...
Intercepted, number 19. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
So great job by the defensive back, dropping beyond the sticks, understanding where the ball's going, breaking on the football, great eyes, great vision, and great hands. Looked like a wide receiver getting that INT.
Finds the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. And the Cyclones come to the line in the hurry-up. Trying play action. He lets one fly deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. The Cyclones will call on their punt team. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. He's got great speed. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll move the wide receiver. With jet sweep pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw, it's Dyer. Fires to the wideout. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Kansas State will have to punt it away. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play, just outside the 20. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. He'll keep it himself. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. And the Cyclones in the hurry-up.
They go with the option. Quarterback keeps it himself. And look, we've seen this guy on tape, guys, break these tackles and take it the distance. This offense should keep dialing up these option plays. Don't let that short gain by the QB prevent you from running this scheme in your playbook.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Pulls it in down the sideline. He's brought down, but this freshman is not afraid to take a shot.
Wow, they've been waiting for that play, right? They haven't been throwing it a lot. They've been real sluggish. They've got no points on the scoreboard. And now they come up with an explosive play in the passing game to get them in a position to score some points here, hopefully a touchdown, before this first half closes out.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Got his man on the right. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. The Cyclones come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
So they are lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Back to throw, it's Dyer. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. On the run, it's Edwards. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. And the Wildcats are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. The Wildcats headed quickly to the line. From the gun to give, looking for room. Picks up the 1st down. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. With the catch, it's Weaver. Turning it on. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
This defense has got to be better in coverage. You want to get off the field, you got to keep defending. You got to do something to make the offense feel uncomfortable. So far, way too easy for this offense.
This offense has been running wild in the 1st half, but wait, they want more before they go to the locker room. Beck's going for the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Kansas State.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finished the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Malone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sidelines, being like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Power football with the run. Knifing through, making the play in the backfield, and they can use a timeout and try to force them to punt. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Punt is on its way. He'll return it from around the 50. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify.
K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. They'll run the option. The pitch. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Looking for a man. It's Dyer. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback adapting. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46.
Quarterbacks are, you know, there's so many adjectives to describe them. Calm, cool, collected, accurate, so on and so on. But a lot of times it's just smart. Understanding the situation, the down and distance, and knowing where that first down marker is. Great job going to get that first down. New set of downs.
Making side adjustments here. Looking downfield on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Now the play fake. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing there.
And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
Moves away as he feels pressure. He's going to run it. On the move at the 30. There he goes. And he's finally forced out of bounds. Another first down, and he has just been running wild on this defense. And the Wildcats will snap it on 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Oakland. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And the defense is finally able to find an answer for this quarterback's legs. He's been killing them early in the game, already over 40 yards rushing. Here we are now, though, in the 2nd half. And it looks like they've made a few adjustments. That time, they were able to get in the backfield, get to him, and bring him to the ground. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here.
And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. Splits the uprights. Good. And now the lead is extended a little further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Iowa State sending the offense back out. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball. Off play action. Lofts one high and deep. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the 3rd quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive, and they've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll move the tight end. They'll leave it with him. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He'll do it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And everybody in the stadium knew that was going to be a pass, right, guys? I mean, it's 3rd down. You're trailing by so many points right now, and the defense is just smelling blood in the water. They're like sharks out there right now, getting after the quarterback. They've been doing that all game, by the way, and that's a trend that looks like it's just simply going to continue.
And the Cyclones will send out the punt unit. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, David.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. So now it's 2nd and long. Give to the back. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
Now on 1st down from the 40. On the option. Now the pitch. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the 1st option, playing the 2nd option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Unloads quickly. Oh, he's got some space. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling. The Wildcats back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Guys, it's Kansas State who carries the lead into the quarter break. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. So first down, we'll open up the final period. The RPO, it's complete. And the Wildcats in a good spot here with second and short. Handoff from the gun. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Now from inside the red zone. Nice move to keep running. Touchdown, Wildcats! And they take it in for 6 more points. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Arkansas State fell behind early, and it's been an uphill climb since. The thing is, this is a program that's worked the portal about as well as anyone. These kids are tough, and they could just find a way. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to South Alabama. We'll keep you updated on things in a game that could alter the balance of power in the Sun Belt, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Caught in the backfield, it's Malone. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still, just a very short game.
Screen pass just not working there. You figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
Going to take a shot, and they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Cyclones will bring the punt team onto the field. He'll try to really get into this one. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
That's caught. It's rolled. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
Unloads to the wideout. Good route on the comeback, and he makes the catch. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. Some might have the philosophy to milk the clock. Others have this philosophy: just keep going at them.
Yeah, until you stop me. And I think the offense, you can tell, it's pretty clear. They're going to keep their foot on the gas, continuing to throw the football down the field, attack, make big plays like they have all game long.
Quickly complete. Breaks into the open. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting him the football, letting him get some positive yards.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. To the air, it's Dyer. Caught near the sticks, it's Oakland. And they're going to score again, yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back. These guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. Oh, better look out. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. Got it in the middle. It's Townsend. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42. Line.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there. Allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think.
Turning it on! Nice pickup there, gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Clock stops and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. And the Cyclones will snap it on first and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Gets it out fast. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Quickly out to the tight end.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way that coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They have dropped a hush on this entire stadium, David, by controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home crowd. You love it. Nothing like having a big lead in the fourth quarter, Palmer, and not having to stress or worry.
Yeah, really impressive just seeing.
There he goes. Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds, and this offense trying to put something together. The Wildcats come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Good pickup there. He gets enough for the first down. No huddle here for the offense. Back to throw, it's Tollefson. Looking left. Got his man. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Wildcats moving quickly to the line. Second down, they'll go to the air. Uncorks it. Working that left side.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd down.
Wants to go up top. Quick completion on the out. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. They'll try to get it through the air. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Steps out of bounds just inside the 20. They'll mark him down at the 18.
Well, on that third down, the running back did a great job. He set up the screen, caught the ball, turned around, located his blocks downfield so he knew exactly where to go to pick up the first.
Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Lets it fly. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able...
It's a fake, and the kicker's going to throw it. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. He stopped the return right there, and that will do it. This one is in the book. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm.